Hey, hi everybody. How's it going? I'm so happy to connect with you guys. I'm in my nice quiet spot right now, which is fantastic because it has been a very noisy, busy day with three kids, two of which I'm now a teacher for, as well as a mom, and one 2-year-old who just doesn't understand why his sisters are home and he's not getting as much attention as he usually gets. But we actually had a really good day. We had a couple meltdowns and we had a couple, dips with tantrums and stuff. But we had a lot of really good fun today, and we got a lot done. We got outside. The weather here turned about around like 2 o'clock. It started to clear up and the sun came out, which was just fantastic. I am such a sun lover. And it can turn my mood around like that. Like, just seeing that, it just brings out all the colors, and I feel like that just turns my mood around. How about you guys? Anybody else feel like that? So today, it's the midweek of our little workshop, or whatever you want to call it, of creating a safe space. And so Monday, we talked about grounding, which is super important. It's always the first thing you should do when you're out of whack. Before any solutions can come to your mind, you have to get grounded. So we talked about some different ways to get grounded, and we talked about how do we know when we are not grounded. And so I explained when you're grounded, your energy is flowing nicely through your body, because you're grounded, like a live wire. If a wire, if you're an electrician or you know anybody who does that, knows, or if you see a wire that gets disconnected and is hanging on the street, and if it's a live wire, it's like flailing around and sparking, right? So that's kind of how you feel when you're not grounded. And then once you get grounded, your energy is flowing where it's supposed to go again. So that's what we talked about Monday. So go back and check that out if you didn't see it, because it's super important right now. I'm having to reground myself like so many times a day, honest to God. There's just so much going on that just can pull me right out of my safe spot. So grounding could bring me right back into my safe spot. And then yesterday we talked about setting our intentions and surrendering them, which is super important also right now. And what I've been doing, because I tend to lean towards like germophobia when stuff like this is going on. I'm sure everybody is, but like I'll start to get real weird and want to do real weird things, like not quite to the level of like OCD, but going that direction. So what I've been doing is in the morning, I'll just say, I intend to keep myself and my children and my environment safe and clean and healthy today. And just saying that makes me feel better, and putting that intention out there, I know that subconsciously I will allow myself to do that in the best way possible. And that means that I'm going to let go of it if, something triggers my germophobia, like someone didn't wash their hands and they shoved their hand in my mouth or something like that. With kids, I mean, for God's sakes, seriously, how, can we feel like we can control this? So when things like that happen, I just remind myself that I set my intentions, and I have a trust in the universe that it's got my back. So if things are out of my control and things happen, I kind of believe that was supposed to happen, and it's not my fault. So that just takes a ton of pressure off. So I said a lot more about that yesterday. So go back and look at that one if you are wondering about setting your intentions and surrendering. So we're all having to do that hardcore right now, and it's not comfortable, but it's ultimately going to help us. We're all going to get through this, and we're going to be like, oh my God. Like, remember when, this was, and it's going to just be like an old crazy memory. My sister is due with her baby in about a month, and gosh, do I feel for her, because all this craziness is affecting everything with her and delivering her baby and stuff. And I said, but you know what? The baby's not even going to remember. And in a few years, or like not a few years, in like 10 years, when she's old enough to like hear a story, you'll be telling her about this crazy circumstance of her birth, and it'll just be a story. So we'll get through this for sure. But so today we're talking about imagination, because It is really powerful. And when you're stuck in your house, your mind, if you're like me, will tend to wander. And in the past, that has been terrible for me. I've been scared of my own thoughts and my own brain and my own emotions for a long time, for about 15 years, to be honest, before I discovered past life regression therapy early this year. I mean, divine timing, for heaven's sakes, because I'll just tell you a little bit about what happened was, well, some of you know my story, but for 15 years I had like severe panic attacks, anxiety, depression, like craziness. And one of my triggers was actually staying home alone with my kids. And so this would have been, I don't even know. So I'm just so thankful that I found that and I was able to have some healing through that. So and it actually ties in with imagination, because it's based on quantum physics, which I cannot explain to you. There is volumes and volumes of stuff you could read about that. But what it means to me, what quantum physics means to me, is that there are unlimited possibilities. So, it's the opposite of black and white thinking. And black and white thinking is what gets a lot of people in trouble with their mental health, because that's what brings so much despair. It was when you think that you're stuck with this outcome, or this, you feel like you know how this is going to go and it's going to go bad, and it just brings you down. So this past life regression therapy opens up the world of like, there's so many possibilities. So why on earth would we ever focus on like a bad one when there's so many good ones that we could focus on? So what happened was, when I was with my practitioner and we were going through all my past lives and stuff, and we found like the traumatic ones that were causing my mental health symptoms. And what we did was during because it's like a hypnotic trance you're kind of in. So during, the sequencing of it, she actually asked my subconscious mind to imagine a different outcome in that lifetime. And so I was able to kind of rewrite it, which was so cool. And it's kind of something you have to experience to kind of believe, because I felt it in that moment. I felt complete peace. And I was just like, wow, I know that worked. And so what has happened is that all of my old triggers that would make me have these massive panic attacks, like, they don't make me have that anymore. So I'm so thankful for that. But it also just makes me think of how powerful like we are with our imagination. I mean, my gosh, if something like that can like make my symptoms go away, that's just astonishing to me and so hopeful. So with that all being said, at this time, what I'm trying to do is imagine all my family members living their absolute best life. And if you have kids, this is kind of easy, because they're experts at that. They are living, like my kids are living their best lives. Like they're eating pancakes and waffles and sausage and bacon for breakfast and orange juice. And they're, we have to do our schoolwork, but then they're like, oh, we're home and we're done with our schoolwork, so we're going to do this now. And we went outside and like they're making up new games with each other, and they're doing like, art projects. And like, so they're like, how do we make the best of this? And how do we, live our fullest life with what's going on? So taking their lead, I'm trying to do the same, and just kind of like, if in my imagination, if none of this was happening, if the whole story of what was going on wasn't a thing, and I was just home with my kids, and we had to do some chores and some homework, and then we could do whatever, like what would my best life look like? So kind of just opening that up for thought. And like, so I've been letting myself play more. I've been letting myself be more fully present in the moment, because without that terrible story of what's going on, like controlling my brain, it's kind of just lighter and more fun. And besides, I mean, like the best thing that you could do for anyone right now is just imagine them healthy and happy, because that's just the only thing we can do. I mean, that's what our power is right now. So let's use that. And And so I'm also going to just lead you guys through like a fun I can't ever say that word, visualization of just something that makes me feel like really clean and clear and healthy and happy. And I want to hear from you guys. Like, do you feel that before this happened, were you overscheduling and keeping yourself really busy to kind of run from your thoughts and your emotions? Because I know I used to do that. And so something like this would just terrify me because I would be stuck with my like thoughts and stuff. And like, if you look on social media or if you look anywhere you look, you're going to see something that could possibly trigger you, or like, you know, you just don't need to know all that stuff right now. So completely being quiet and not looking at social media, not looking at my emails constantly, like that used to frighten the shit out of me. So let me know if you guys feel the same, because I would love to help you more with that. But I forget what I was going. Let's do the visualization. And if anyone has any questions about anything that I was talking about, just, you know, pop a comment on here or message me. But okay, this is going to help me feel better and you guys feel better. And I don't know if you're in a place where you can get comfortable or kind of just like close your eyes and take a deep breath. And let's all just slow down. Because that's another thing that will keep you grounded. My grandma that used to live in the house that I live in, she always did things so very slowly and so very meticulously. And it used to drive us crazy. But now I'm like, oh my God, she was a genius, because that gets you into the moment. Noticing I'm sitting on my bed right now. My comforter is gray and white stripes. I have a blue cardigan on. Like, slowing down like that, it's so helpful. It's kind of like distress tolerance for me. When my kids start to go crazy and I start to buy into some anxiety, or one of their teachers emails me and it makes me feel like I'm in fourth grade again and I didn't turn in an assignment or something silly. Like, slowing down helps me. So we're all going to just breathe and slow down. And so right now, I'm just imagining myself, and I'm in a really green, grassy field, and I can hear the birds, and the air is really, really clear, and that nice, crisp, cool, fresh air, and there's just a really light breeze, and I can feel like the grass is tall, so it's kind of just swooshing back and forth. There's a couple clouds in the sky, but not too many. They just pass by nice and slowly. And as I'm breathing in any negativity. I'm collecting any negativity out of my body, anything that feels like it needs to be cleaned out, refreshed, and I'm just gathering it all into my breath. And I'm just breathing it out. I'm going to do that one more time. And I'm letting the wind pick it up. And it's taking it far away from me, all the way to the edge of the atmosphere, and it's going to transmute it right back into love. So my body feels a lot lighter now and a lot refreshed. It feels clean. My lungs feel clean. My mouth feels clean. My brain feels clean. I feel kind of like a shiny, beautiful, clean energy just surrounding me. And the birds, they have the lovely, like, crisp sound. And there's a little stream nearby that I just noticed, and it's so fresh and clean and clear, and it's just like tumbling over these beautiful rocks. It's so calming and refreshing. And I feel so healthy and vital. I feel like my body is doing exactly what it needs to do. And I'm just enjoying myself. I'm appreciating myself. I'm amazed at what I'm able to handle. I'm amazed at what's been thrown at me that I've been able to handle. So I wonder if that helped you guys. Please let me know. I know it definitely helped me. It helped raise my vibration up a little bit, and I definitely feel just happier and lighter. And you guys, you could do that anytime. I said yesterday, it's for moms especially, like this, we have to take as many breaks as we possibly can during the day. Anytime that you can sneak away for a couple minutes and just breathe, it really helps to just like sometimes I'll go in the bathroom, turn off all the lights, or even like turn on the running water for like some white noise, and just so that my kids think that I'm washing my face or brushing my teeth or doing something, clearly because the water's on. Just, find something, because there are ways you can take breaks, and trust me, I know I'm in the trenches with you guys. 9-year-old, 5-year-old, 2-year-old. Yeah, I know. And my 2-year-old decided he doesn't nap anymore. So that's awesome. But, it's vital for us to take breaks. So let's just do it. If we have a partner, let's look at them and say, when you get back, I need a break. If we don't have a partner, maybe our kids are not with us all the time then, or maybe they are with us all the time and we just have to find those breaks. Or maybe we get up a little bit early in the morning and have it before the day starts. I know I've been doing that, because part of like setting your intentions, okay, so before you go to bed, even if you don't have any reason to like set an alarm, this is just something that helps my anxiety. I will decide, okay, I'm going to get up at 6:30 in the morning. And so I'll set my alarm, and I will not let myself press snooze, because that is my first decision of the day. And I'm going to stick to it, because, oh, there goes the, every Wednesday at 7-ish, the fire alarm goes off, in the neighborhood. But yeah, so I've stopped pressing snooze, because I feel like that's my indecisiveness that causes me anxiety. So I'm like, no, I'm not pressing snooze. I'm getting up. And so I'll either like take a shower, or I will do yoga, or I'll do something in the time frame between waking up and the kids getting up, because I don't know about your kids, but my kids stay up really late, and by the time they go to bed, I'm pooped. I know like a lot of moms, my sisters, and a lot of people I know are able to stay up after the kids go to bed and have like the mommy time after, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just whooped. So I do that in the morning for myself. But then I also, like, in between breakfast and lunch, I'll make sure I take a break. And then I'll make sure I take a lunch. Like today Zach was climbing all over me, but I was eating my lunch and sitting down. And also something else I did today that really helped was I just chose a spot in the living room to sit. And it's just like on the floor in a corner. And so every time like shit hit the fan, which it does like maybe 10 times a day with 3 kids, right? And they're just like fighting or whatever, or asking me for unreasonable things. I would just sit in this spot. I would just take deep breaths, and I would focus on like one toy or another toy, and until everyone calmed down. And I did that a few times, and it worked for today. So I figured I'd share it. I know like as moms, we know that every single day is different, and our kids are constantly changing, so we have to adjust. But that makes us super women, you guys. We are amazing. If you did not hear the visualization, go back and listen to it, because I want you all to feel that deep appreciation for yourself. That is going to be your key out. Appreciate everything you're doing right now. You're doing a fantastic job. Like, look at what you're doing. You are amazing. So I love you guys. I'll be on tomorrow. I honestly can't remember what we're supposed to be talking. Oh, it's about making little habits that can just set you up for success during the day and curb your anxiety and that kind of thing. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. And thanks for watching. I love talking to you guys. It gives me something to look forward to. All right, bye.